straight into the game. If my calculations are correct, then this is where you will emerge. Welcome, friend, we have much to share. Now you are blind, but I have left you provision to see that your passage might be shorter than mine. I am forced to conceal it somewhere in this room, and trust in your wits to uncover it. I am not the only ghost in this place. Ass. Technically that says as, but the lens is broken. If you ever wonder why this game has such simplistic point-and-click controls, it is because this game was made for mobile. Yar! For the most part in this game, there's like never a reason to remove the eyepiece, but it boy doesn't hurt your eyes to actually stare through it all the time. 23rd of October, 1883. Mr. Rigby, suffice it to say that I do not share my colleague's faith in your character. Were it up to me, I should not engage a man of such low breeding and even lower station as yourself. The very thought of taking a grave robber into our service chills my stomach, but as Mr. de Montfaucon is fond of saying, needs must as the devil's drives. Needs must as the devil drives. I did read that correctly. It falls to me, then, to brief you in your ungodly task, and as you should be well aware, you shall only be paid upon your successful return with the artifact. That is a different way of spelling it, for sure. Oh, shut up. You know what? I'm cool with that clue, because we already knew that. Should you find yourself having any ideas otherwise, I must stress to you that while the artifact is of enormous value, it is only of value within a certain small community of researchers. It is not for your eyes or hands of an uneducated man such as yourself. I unconditionally demand that you do not interact with the object in any way. It might prove incredibly dangerous for you to do so. It is an instrument of great power and should not be interfered with by inferior... Hey, there was something there! I actually did not know that was there! This looks like it belongs somewhere. Well, most things tend to belong somewhere. Southeast, west, north. Southeast, west, north. Southeast, west, north. South, east. I missed a second south. Southeast. Seswin. Well, at least you made that easy to understand. Well, that's a fun shape. Again, I have actually beaten this game before, but that doesn't mean I remember anything. But I've always just been really good at these types of games to begin with, and I'm not sure why. That's ominous. There it is. Now, while this game is particularly creepy, I don't remember it ever having any jump scares. It's just unsettling. Well, you weren't there earlier. Thanks for throwing me off my game. The symbol on the bottom right changed shapes. Well, that's creepy. If I look like I'm wigging out, it's because I am. You've done well to emerge from the crypt, sound of both mind and spirit. Nope, though I fear this is only the beginning of your trials. Illumination. Very true. Yeah, I forgot to mention, this game freaks me the crap out. Oh, this is the level where the first time I played it, I needed to use a hint. Like, this was the first time I needed a hint. Anyways. There's still no sign of my patient worse than, and my frustration, I even scaled the foremast myself. A fool's errand. The fog is so dense I can barely see my own deck from the crow's nest, let alone the Helena. Regardless, I have the gun deck run out the cannons in readiness. It is good to keep the men sharp. Crow's nest, foremast, cannon. I can read highlighted where that key did not fit in correctly. A mountain, a moor, a palace, a slum. Why not the chorus of a galleon in full sail? With each dizzying step, I am whisked around the globe as simply as turning a corner. Will you be following my path or forging one anew? What sights you must have witnessed, if my own experience is any guide? I'll keep leaving notes, and I urge you to do the same, that we might know if our paths have crossed. Thrilling as this is, there is something not quite right with this place. Though I struggle to define what, some earthy tang of reality that is quite missing. I sometimes fancy I can smell the lime in the grease paint. Oh, that's a key. Oh, there's something here. The other half is missing. Here it is, the first time I needed to use a clue. Well, not yet, actually. Hello, diary. It's been 30 weeks at sea and the crew grows restless at our lack of plunder. Though I would not betray it, I share of those concerns. A privateer's license is no small investment, and my investors will not be happy without a return. According to the prisoners we took off the San Espacito, we should find the Santa Helena in these waters, fresh out of New Granada. They were simple swabs, ignorant of all save the workings of the deck, but they spoke of some artifact of great value aboard. I gave them a place amongst my crew. Okay, that's it. Arrow up. You look like something I can move. Lo and behold, I can. Is there anything else on that side? Oh. Fascinating. Oh. Bottom left corner. Duly noted. I do want to try and find the rightmost piece without cheating it. Based off extrapolation, it should be the bottom right corner. I still don't know where to get the other piece of the puzzle for the previous puzzle we solved, but hey, whatever. It didn't take long for us to track her down. We raced north for 2 miles on the deep sea currents to overhaul her head start. Approaching the mainland, we turned west for 2 miles to cut her off. With no sign, we headed 3 miles back south to meet her. We sighted her sure enough, but she cut through the cape before we could intercept. Now we must wait for the tide. So, north, north, west, west, south, south, south. This is where we failed the puzzle. I don't feel remotely bad about this, because we spent so long clicking at this, trying to figure out how it works. It rotates. But you clicked and dragged so many times, it just never moved. Even the elements turn against us. Passage through the cape took us 4 miles west, and we soon sighted her mast 4 miles to the north of us. Seeing us in pursuit, she cut west 2 miles into a fog bank. With our heavy ballast, we could easily overhaul her if only this accursed fog should lift. So we need to be able to move through the fog, which requires a key that we don't have. I remembered where the final piece of the puzzle is. It's up here. I'm disappointed with myself. Okay. So west 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. North 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then an additional 2 west. We have her now. The fog lifted shortly before noon, and she was 6 miles to the south. Rapidly, we closed her down, and she fled east 2 miles back towards the cape. Now she just lies north of us by 1 mile. She won't reach the cape again. Fog is lifted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, that wasn't scary. I'm totally not panicked at all and totally forgot that happened or something. Yeah. Put us to the helm and spin us sideways. Avast. SLRL. Rose. Somebody has way too much fun building these things. Santa Helena came apart on rocks at 1800 hours, so 6 p.m. She heaved as if the bottom had been torn from her and began taking on water at a terrible rate. Only there were no rocks. We approached as close as we dared to try and take on survivors, but only one swam clear of the wreckage. He is some sort of a scholar. A wild-eyed wreck of a man in tattered, blood-stained rags. Clutched in his white-knuckled fist was some sort of sculpture that he babbled was of an unimaginable power and worth. It seems our prize might have not gone with the Helena. I moved it to my quarters for safekeeping. Oh, wait. It is the natural tendency of this world to twist itself into an ever more elaborated arrangements, like the spirals of a vortex at once both the pattern and the system. It seems as though each room is in itself a part of a wider apparatus. You must tune the room to find the glyph, and tune the glyph to find the door. All must be aligned, but to what purpose? Am I the explorer or the prisoner? Ass. Hey, this is the HalfSaneFox, and thanks for watching. I'm going to end this video here, and if you like this content, I highly recommend that you check the VOD or just wait for the next episode to release. And maybe click on one of the end screen cards once those finally show up.